जैसे हम वायलेंस है वो रोज खरीदते हैं, एक चॉकलेट, एक कैडबरी की चॉकलेट आप खरीदते हैं तो उसके अंदर जो भी केमिकल्स होते हैं वो हमारे ब्रेन को ट्रिगर करता है, हमारा ब्रेन जो है हमें लगता है कि बहुत ज्यादा काम करने लगता है, लेकिन वो वायलेंट होता है। इस तरह के माहौल में जब वायलेंस बेचा जा रहा है और खरीदा जा रहा है, इस तरह के माहौल में आपके लिए कम्युनिटी स्पेस होना बहुत जरूरी है, जहां पर कम्युनिटी अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस कर सके।
Want us to actually imagine the body in the future. One of my friends, Anya Kovac of the Internet Democracy Project, has done some really interesting work. And the question that she asks is that do we any longer think that our bodies end where skin touches air, right? Or has the body now extended into digital space?
There is evidence that creating trauma-sensitive environments and being supportive of the needs of the children is likely to have a beneficial impact. Is it possible that the performing arts, broadly defined in communities and schools, can be an instrument of change?
It is this complete disavowal of the body in our knowledge systems. The fact that in the classroom we don't even acknowledge the body, that leads to a certain kind of anger, frustration, indignation among people, and leads to, very, very unpleasant expressions of almost anger directed at the body, particularly, the body which is different. Unless you acknowledge your body, unless there is a space to acknowledge your body and to understand differences of the body, I think this is something that we cannot, and that has to change at the level of the knowledge paradigm.
When we started Pickle Factory in 2018, very quickly one of our concerns became about who is this community and what is this community that we are reaching out to. Our thinking shifted to thinking of a imagined center which has two nuclei, the arts and the community, to imagine a space or a hub where you have these two nuclei which are in constant interaction and constant challenge to each other. And I think what has really come through to me specifically from all the four presentations is the challenge that is being thrown to us and how do we conceive of ourselves and our function, not just as a support system and a facilitator or a home for the arts community, but for the community at large and for society at large, to address maybe not directly, because that is perhaps not a skill that we possess, but to facilitate spaces where these conversations can happen between the different sectors and the blurrings can happen between the binaries.
How do we create access not only for those who are, are differently able, but to different communities and different areas of society to feel comfortable in a space to sort of, they can, whether they want to access it digitally or whether they want to come to a physical space eventually when, things open up.
And how do you as performers, as movement people, as dance people, actually interrogate space, and then how do you learn, how do you equip yourselves to have conversations between knowledges? If one is looking at your work as having embodied knowledge, and one is looking at bridges and solidarities and working to common purpose. So in some sense, what are the common purposes you identify? How do you build that into your organization over time? What kind of partnerships do you build? And then how do you equip yourselves to come to that common purpose from the conversations that you know?